Corne Mulder versus Dr. Pieter Groenewald. More fraud scandals in the Freedom Front Plus. Will it come to an end? Nancy Amida Boer, good evening fellow Boer. This is Liam Richard May here. And interesting information coming forth now. It's been a while since I've done a video. I've had my hands full with a couple of other things. But I'm back. I'm still here, still busy with the fight. So recently there was a news article in which Helen Zille made a statement that the DA is well aware of the factionalism in the Freedom Front Plus and how Corne Mulder and Pieter Groenewald are at odds with one another. Now this is not a new occurrence. This has been something that's been going for years. We're all very well aware of it, and it's something that has created or is part of the problems in the party that creates the ongoing issues we have now. So, talking of ongoing issues, another thing came out this week, recently, actually out of my area. One of my colleagues, fellow councillor, Mr. Freddy Robertson, is now implicated in a scandal that will most likely lead to his dismissal as a councillor from the city of Mbombela. It came to light that he was sequestrated before he served as a councillor, started serving as a councillor, and he did not declare it to anyone, and he took up a position as a councillor while still sequestrated. Now, this is something I also knew of because we were handling this internally in 2022. It was brought to the Provincial Dagbestuur, the Provincial Leadership Committee, of which I was serving on as the youth deputy of the province at the time. And the minute we got it to the Uitvoerende Dagbestuur, the National Leadership Committee, it got shot down and he was protected. And why was he protected? I'll tell you right. Why? Nepotism. Because he has familial ties to the provincial leader's PA. He was protected. And of course the provincial leader is part of the Uitvoerende Dagbestuur, which is dominated by broederbonders at the moment. So this is where we sit now. But last week there was a news article, and in the Lowvelder, one of the biggest newspapers in the province, and they blatantly lied to cover up and say he was unaware that he was sequestrated. Now, any legal professional will find that to be absurd, because when you are sequestrated, there is a process that you have to go through before being sequestrated in the court of law. Anyways, so he claims he was rehabilitated, and yes, he was rehabilitated in January of 2023 after we brought it to the attention of the National Leadership Committee, and it was shot down. Regardless of the fact that he was rehabilitated, he lied under oath in the High Court in his rehabilitation and did not declare his salary as a councillor. Because if he was to declare it, yeah, he would have had a handful of trouble from the law, because the law clearly stipulates if you are financially insolvent, you may not take up any government position or any executive position under any circumstances. So, he broke the law and was protected by the party. And now the party still continues to lie to protect him. In the news article, Heloise Dinar. Ah, Heloise, your name comes up again. I'm sure by now you absolutely hate me. Lovely, lovely. For those who don't know, Heloise is the main complainant against me in my disciplinary hearings. She's the one who felt it was inappropriate for me to fly that flag, the Vierkleur, for our Volk, in an Afrikaner party. Read point 3 of the Vryheidsfront Plus Grondwet Constitution. It is an Afrikaner party. That is a Boer Afrikaner flag. Anyways, Heloise Dinar has now implicated herself because she lied in the news article to cover up and try and protect Freddy, and she still continues to try and protect Freddy. And Heloise is a parliamentarian. Now, I know she knows the law because she has a law degree. And in Parliament, you take an oath to God that you will uphold the law and abide by the constitution of the country. Yet here we are, unconstitutional behavior, breaking the law. a parliamentarian. Now, Heloise, I've given you a chance before to repent and redeem some dignity and do the right thing and stand up against the corruption and the fraud that happens in the party, and yet you still continue to deny it out and out. You've denied the facts of the corruption, the fraud that was committed by Anton Alberts. You denied the facts of the fraud that was committed by Jaco Mulder, and you still continue to push this rhetoric the whole time, trying to mark me as this radical, crazy, delusional individual, which I find pretty funny, actually. I find the entire situation to be laughable, to be honest, and everybody knows that's my opinion. So anyways, this is where we sit now with the Freedom Front Plus, where people who are now going to actually end up in a world of legal trouble doing these things. So I am in possession of the court dockets of Freddy Robertson, so I know for a fact what I am saying is backed up. I've got the court dockets. I've got all the information. And the court dockets now lie with the executive of the city of Mbombela, the municipality, and the executive will be taking the steps and measures for a dismissal of Freddy Robertson from the municipal council. There is nothing that the party can do now to protect him because the municipality will be following the correct legal proceedings, and I am also sure that they will try to recoup the funds, as in sue him for what he was paid as a councillor, his salary, which to this point is about R1 million. So, yeah, he's going to be sequestrated again, simply because he lied and was arrogant about it and tried to cover it up. So, Freddy, nothing personal against you. These are the facts. You broke the law. You lied to the municipality. You lied to the High Court. You lied to us as the party. And you lied to the people. And you try to cover it up. And Heloise Dinar, you are implicated in this too. You lied to the media. You try to cover this up. You're a parliamentarian. You should know better. And you're always someone who gets up and says, oh, we're a Christian party, Christian morals. Would a Christian act in this manner? I don't need to go down that path, but anybody of any reasonable character would understand that this is very contradictory to biblical morals. But besides that, even if you're not a believer in any God, any reasonable person would view that this is crazy. There is a law that must be upheld, and here a parliamentarian of all people, aiding and abetting in covering up fraud, covering up the violation of the Constitution, of our country's laws. Yeah. Now, to talk about Groenewald and Mulder in this situation. So, Mulder's buddies are the ones helping to cover up a lot of these things, because it's, his people and all of that. And it's fact. But Dr. Groenewald, you have a chance here. You really, really have a chance here to do the right thing. And Dr. Groenewald, our people, our party members have so much respect for you. The general population has so much respect for you as a minister, as the Minister of Correctional Services. I mean, just last week, just this week past, with the whole Louis Liebenberg situation, Louis Liebenberg ended up getting sent to one of the worst prisons while awaiting further trial because he was denied bail. Everybody says that Peter Groenewald made sure that Louis Liebenberg got sent to the worst prison because he is of the worst people. So that is somebody that we can still respect, is Peter Groenewald. But Dr. Groenewald, you need to understand that you've become lax and relaxed over the last while. You've failed to answer to the call. Where is that man who can ride 5 horses? Where's that man who in Parliament told the ANC straight, if you come for our farmlands, there will be a fight. Where is that man with strength and integrity? The true illustration of an Afrikaner Boer. You are a party leader. You need to uphold our values, our morals. You need to stand for what is right. You have a constitution and law of the country to uphold as a parliamentarian and as a minister. We need you now. We need you to step up. And you were the first person to lay a complaint against Anton Alberts when the whole scenario started of that 100-odd thousand that he stole. And even then it was getting shot down. But you were the first to push that because you had to do what was right as the party leader. And you can still do the right thing. We have faith in you. If you step up now, there is a future for this party. But if you don't, then I'm afraid that this party will fall. And there is no other party that has written in its constitution that it is for the Afrikaner. Without the Freedom Front, there is no political representation for the Afrikaner and the Boer. We need this party to succeed. We need it to get cleaned up. We need you, Dr. Groenewald, to be that man, that same man who could ride 5 horses, that same man who wasn't afraid to threaten the ANC in Parliament. We need that man, that strength, that energy, that Boere energy. We need you. So yeah, that's all I've got to say this evening. I hope and I pray that the right people will take a stand. And as for the rest of the party members out there, I've spoken to many of you in many provinces who feel exactly the same as me. Every province has got people who feel exactly the same as me, who feel that there needs to be a leadership change in this party, who feel that the Uitvoerende Dagbestuur has stabbed us in the back. There's, at this point, there's only 2 people on the Uitvoerende Dagbestuur who we still have respect for, being Groenewald and Wessels. That's it. Everybody else needs to go, like now, or this party's done. So yeah, we hope and we pray that there is a golden lining to these storm clouds now, that this battle may come to an end, and that there may be a good conclusion, because there is a war that has just started, okay, and there is a lot of people in this party, besides the leadership figures that we are fighting against, but party members who have been implicated in so many different little scandals that have been covered up by the Uitvoerende Dagbestuur. And there will be a purge of this party, of those members. They will be stand on trial for their crimes and do their time in prison. Quite a number of them, actually. And we have all the evidence of a lot of these scandals in the party. Freddy Robertson was just one small example. He's just a drop in the ocean. But the broederbonders in this party have been protected for far too long and have held the high chair for far too long. It's time for the broederbonders to get overthrown. It's time for them to step out the way. And I'm asking, as I've asked before, so the party members in the other provinces, the party members around the country who feel the same as I do, who are aware of corruption, who are aware of scandals, who are aware of fraud, report it. It is your constitutional duty. Don't report it to the party structures because it goes nowhere. That we've seen. Report it to the police. Report it to your local municipality if it includes a councillor. Make sure the right authorities get the relevant documentation and evidence so that these individuals can be charged and this party can be cleaned up. It's the only way we're going to go forward from here. We have to abide by the law and use the structures that are in place. If we get to every one of them, the party leadership will have no choice. They will have to back down, and the Broederbonders will have lost. It's time for a new generation of leadership in this party. One that it cares. One that is strong in its identity as Christian Boer. A nationalist movement is necessary in this party. Not this wishy-washy liberalism that we've been moving towards. It's destroying us. Just this week I had a conversation with some party members who have said some of the ideas and ideologies that the leadership wants to back is completely contradictory to even our Christian morals. We are a Christian party in our constitution. We are an Afrikaner party. Do what those people expect of you. There is 800,000 people who could have voted for us, but don't, because they don't even bother to register. Those are our people. They are disillusioned with the systems. Do the right thing. Dr. Groenewald. I pray that God may bless you and be with you and give you the strength to do what you need to do. It's in your hands now. Thank you.